Hey everybody, Brady and Brandon here with the Kabuki Strike Team. Today we're talking about deadlifts, how to properly create tension in your body, particularly on the deadlift bar, but this applies to everything, sumo, conventional, stiff bar, deadlift bar, etc. You'll just be able to get the most out of this with a deadlift bar. And this is something I see a lot of people wasting when they just bend out of the bar, grab it, and yank it up. Congratulations, you're strong, but could be more efficient.
Congratulations. And not only that, you're going to be able to see this a lot better on a deadlift bar than you would a stiff bar.
Yes.
And that's the primary reason we're teaching it on this today.
Yes. So Brandon's going to set up in his regular deadlift position, which for him is sumo. But like I said, you can apply this to everything. So step one, Brandon's going to bend down to the bar. Now, all of this has to come with the understanding that we are having proper intra-abdominal pressure and proper lat tension. This has been covered in plenty of other videos, and I would highly recommend checking out kabuki.ms, our movement website, which covers this in depth in a lot of different videos, has various drills to really work on that aspect particularly. So you need to make sure you're able to stay rigid through your torso first. But from there, these are going to be some of the finer points of deadlift technique. So as Brandon grabs the bar, he's going to start to create tension a little bit through his quads, which are already tight, by pressing through the floor, squeezing the bar, getting his lats tight, but then also trying to be very tall and upright through his T-spine. This is going to create tension in the upper back and help lock that in. And then as he presses through the floor, you can see the bar starting to float off the ground. He didn't just miss that, that was him pulling into the bar by pressing through the floor and pushing his hips towards the bar, pulling his shoulders back. These are all a lot of different cues, different ways of saying the same thing, getting you to try to wedge your hips into the bar and pull your torso back. Now, if you're not tight when you do this, the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to overextend at your T-spine, lose a lot of power, probably cause yourself a lot of back pain, but you can see how much, go ahead and do that again, you can see how much lower Brandon's hips have to start. And when you see a lot of people having hip pain when sumo deadlifting, a lot of the time it's because they're getting into that position and trying to just squat the weight up. They're not using much of their posterior chain, they're just pushing through the floor and standing up. So that's missing that connection here. I want to make sure that that's really dialed and nailed, and then pulling all of that slack out of the bar. An analogy that I like to give people that tends to click with most is it's like towing a car with slack in the rope. If you just accelerate and hit that, you're going to end up either breaking the strap or yanking the car forward. Same thing with the deadlift, you want to remove every bit of that slack and then finally pull. So there's a little bit of patience and almost acceleration into the bar as Brandon's setting up. And then finally, as all that slack is pulled out of the bar, all the slack is out of his body, pressing through the floor.
Yeah. We talk a lot about lat tension, getting your lats involved in the lift, and that's super important here, but out of breath today.
Yeah.
We're talking about the rest of the body and how that connects to it as well. So it's not enough to pull the tension out to go here, right? It's not enough to just pull here. We need to use our entire system to be able to pull tension out of the bar.
Yeah, because you can set up, have the best intra-abdominal pressure and lat tension in the world, but none of that is going into the bar yet. That's where you need to begin to pull yourself up tall on that bar, pushing your hips in, opening up your hips, and pulling that tension into the bar, and then pulling off the floor.
Yeah, we're not physically moving any load with our lats or scapula. All of our movers are going to come from here down. Our trunk, lats included, are a way to transmute force from our big movers into the implement, which today is the barbell. So Brady mentioned the toe strap analogy. I really like to think about the lats as an anchor point, and then to allow the rest of the body to move around those and to produce force through that. So, anything you want to add?
That pretty well covers it.
Okay. If you want to see more videos like this, head over to kabuki.ms, our private video library. All right.